Violet Beauty, and this is my new YouTube channel. Woo! Sorry, it's not new. It's my first YouTube channel, so I'm quite excited. So yeah, I hope you'll be very nice to me. So I decided that the YouTube channel is going to be about books. So yeah, well, mostly books anyway. I might go into talk about music or film if it particularly interests me, but mostly books. So, without further ado, I've decided that the first video will be like what I've read in the past month or so. Yeah, just so you know, like what type of books I read and if they're similar to you. And yeah, having said that though, if you want me to read a book, I will read practically anything. So if you recommend something, I'll happily go out and buy it. I'm always looking for new ideas for books. So yeah, okay, so the first book that I read was The Vampire Diaries. This is by L.J.Smith, this series, and this is Moonsong, which is number 9, and it's in the Hunters trilogy. She like has little trilogies within the Vampire Diaries series, if that makes any sense. So yeah, this is in the Hunters, and I found book number 8, the book before this, really boring, and I hated it because I loved all the return stuff, which was like books 5, 6 and 7. They were great, and then number 8, the characters were boring me and I disliked them, which, you know, the plot was just so slow and tedious, and yeah, I didn't like it at all. But I didn't give up on it because I'll tell you why. I'm really vain and I like having all the spines in a line, and I like having all the series together so it looks really pretty and finished off and final. And also, for a less vain reason, I like seeing what happens to the characters and I like seeing them wrap up, otherwise it annoys me and I keep on wondering in the back of my head even if I didn't like a story. So I picked this up and I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, it was good. It was better than number 8. The plot was a lot quicker and it was more modernised, which is good, and the characters were better. So yeah, that was, yeah, if you, like me, have read number 8 and are thinking of giving up on the series, don't, because it does get better, I promise. Okay. The next book is One Day by Nicholls. And I know everyone has read this like ages ago, and I'm probably the last person to not have read it yet. But I read it about 3 weeks ago, and oh my god, I am so glad my friends kept going on at me to read this because it is amazing. And because I don't normally read just like romance novels, like just purely romance. But this is amazing. And I felt like I was best friends with the characters, like especially Em. Em was like, I had a special connection with Emma, I felt. And like the places that he describes, you feel like you're there when he describes them. Like the writer is so talented. Read it if you haven't already, which I'm sure most people probably have, and I'm probably the last person to read this, but if you haven't, pick it up. It's so good. Yeah. Okay. I also read Before I Die by Jenny Downham. Now this book is, I read her other book, I read You Against Me, which is, yeah, it was really good, and I loved the story and the characters. She was so good at writing that, so when I saw this, I've had this on my like list of to be reads and picked up like to be bought this for ages, so I saw it in Waterstones the other day and it was like 3 for 2 offer or something like that, so I picked it up and it's amazing. It's so sad. There were three parts which I was properly sobbing in, like I had to have tissues and I had to calm myself down. I had to, you know, wait for about an hour to read the rest of it because I was so upset. But it also makes you appreciate life a lot more, which I know a lot of books say, like, because it's about a terminally ill teenager, like coming to terms with a condition and stuff. But it really does make you happy to be alive. Like I went out into a park, which I haven't done since I was about 6 after reading this, just to be in a park, just to be outside and feel close to people, because I didn't want to miss out. So yeah, it's really good, and I flew through it in about 2 days because I stayed up till 2 o'clock each night reading. I read all day as well, so pick it up, definitely. The next book is Torn by Amanda Hocking, which is such a pretty cover, can I just say? Can you see that? It's so pretty. And this is number 2 in the Trylle series, the Trylle trilogy. Trylle trilogy. Okay. So these I had mixed reviews on, but I picked up the first one anyway because I thought, well, I'll make my own mind up. And I ended up really liking them, even though they did take me quite a while to get into. Like, the whole writing style is it's not as good as other people's writing styles, but the storyline is really good, which makes up for it, and the characters are really good. I love Wendy. I think I associate Wendy with myself. So yeah. I really like them. So I can't wait to read the third and last one, because this leaves you on a cliffhanger, and I'm just like, no! So, when I get enough money to buy the third one, I will, and I will tell you what that is like. But decide for yourself what you think of these. If you're not too sure about them, if you're not too sure about buying them, decide for yourself. They're not for everyone, but they are good. Oh, I like them anyway, so yeah. Okay. The final one, which I'm reading at the minute, is Sisters Red by Jackson Pearce. And again, the cover on this is maybe not pretty, but pretty amazing. Okay, so this is about werewolves, and I read Sweetly before this, which I know I shouldn't have done, because even though they don't follow on, you're meant to read this first because she wrote this first. And there are bits in Sweetly apparently that come from Sisters Red, and you get them if you've read Sisters Red first. So, but Sweetly was an offer and this one wasn't, so I picked Sweetly up, which is an amazing story, by the way, and the cover again is really pretty. Scary, but pretty. But that was an amazing story, so I picked this up, which I am on page 106. I'm up to there where the corner's folded down, and I know I shouldn't do that, but, you know, I still do. So I'm loving this at the minute. I'm loath to put it down, actually. I had to put it down to make this video, which I really didn't want to do because it's an amazing story. And I love her style of writing, and I can't wait for the next one to come out, which I did read about, but I can't remember what it's called. I think that's coming out in September. So, yeah, it's really good up till now. And I love Jackson Pearce. So yeah, this is a definite. I'm not even done with it yet, but but I would definitely read it. I would recommend it just for the first 100 pages. Definitely. Okay, so I'm going to stop going on about this now because I will carry on talking about it all day. So yeah. So that was my first ever video and I hope you all enjoyed it. If anyone's watched this, which I'm sure probably no one has, but if you have, thank you very much. So yeah, just leave a comment down on the comment box if there's anything I can improve on or anything to read or whatever. So thank you again for watching. Bye!